If you read the title of this video, then you probably already know what's going on here. And if you haven't read the title, well then you've got really bad observational skills. My name is YMG, and behind me, you will see that I have made gambling in Minecraft. Now obviously, this isn't really new. Lots of people have made gambling in Minecraft, but I just wanted to make a very short video explaining what I've done. This is roulette, a game often found in casinos. What is that up there? Okay, there's just a random diamond block up there. This is my redstone world, so you're gonna have to ignore random stuff like that I have no idea of. Basically, what happens here is there's a barrel over here, which when I put a diamond into it, will activate the game. Now, I don't know why I've chosen to put the barrel over there when the game is actually over here. If I turn on replay mod, you'll be able to see this better. But if I put a diamond in here, and then move all the way over here, you can see that this redstone block is now moving around with all the other blocks, and it goes until these lights over here all are grayed out. Now, this obviously takes a while, as you can see, but also the lights do refill, and I like that. And by now the redstone block is over here, and you'll also notice that there's a diamond block here. Now, if I go underground, you'll see that when the redstone block, say, were to land here next to the diamond block, so right here, it would activate a redstone signal, which then turns on these lights, causes a torch to burn out, and then light up this light to signify that the game has been won, and dispense a diamond block, which is then your prize. None of that happens if it lands on any other block, except for these little lights will still light up if the redstone block is passing it, simply because this redstone down here is being updated and the observers are detecting that. And it gets moved away if it's not a win, just in enough time that the redstone torch will not burn out and it won't detect a win over here. If I put in another diamond, you can see what I mean. The redstone block will go over, hover over temporarily, the lights light up, and this does not burn out. If I was to manually place a redstone block here and keep it there, the torch will then eventually burn out and activate a win. If we go back here, you can see how this game actually works. Now, it's actually a whole lot simpler than I originally thought when I was designing the game. When I came up with the concept, it might look a bit technical and it's not very clean. I haven't done any cleaning or compacting or anything here whatsoever, but let me try to explain what happens. I might need to use the freeze game command to show this. So if I put a diamond in here and freeze the game, this is a very simple item filter system. So it will only activate when a diamond gets put in, and then that diamond then gets put through here. When there's an extra diamond in the system, that being the diamond that you place in there, it then activates this, whatever this is called, copper bulb. What this then does is it actually deactivates this piston, which is normally activated when the game is not active, and then it sends a redstone signal over here, which is then detected by this observer, and then it starts this, a piston feed tape. And what this does is it will push this line of blocks along, and then this observer will detect that, and then use its piston to then push this one along afterwards. And then it does the same here, and so it just keeps going around and around in a circle, and the redstone signal is then sent through this observer all the way through all these repeaters until it turns off this light, reactivates this piston, and then this part of the piston feed tape is told to stop the tape, and then the whole thing stops. And if you're lucky enough, then it'll stop while that redstone block is next to this diamond block, and then, well, you've won. You would have noticed that there's a piston here. Now, you'll notice that when the game is not active, this will all be off. All this redstone will be off, so this repeater will not be powered, and this redstone will actually be linking here because there's a piece underneath, and it will just link normally there. And you'll notice, because there's a repeater here, this redstone will first activate, and this observer will detect it before this piston goes. And what this means is, when the redstone signal comes all the way back through these repeaters and turns the bulb off, this observer isn't going to detect it and start the game all over again because it's not active. So this will retreat and this will remain inactive until the next diamond is put in. You'll also notice there's another redstone line going up here, and this leads to a simple hopper clock that, as a coincidence, only needs 5 stacks of ender pearls, and another 4 in here, to completely dim and undim these lights. You'll see when the game is on, this line is active, so it's powering this piston, causing this hopper to stop forcing stuff into this one. If you don't know what a basic hopper clock is, then you just look one up and then come back to this part of the video and you'll understand what this all does. So all the items will filter from this one to this one while the game is active. Just by sheer coincidence, the amount of time it takes all these items to go from this hopper to this one is pretty much the exact amount of time it takes for all these repeaters to go and then turn the game back off. It's absolutely crazy. So then, using no repeaters to up the signal again, these bits of redstone will gradually turn off as less and less items are in that hopper and they're being filtered out. So as they're being filtered out, this line is getting weaker and weaker, causing these lamps to eventually dim out until there's one left, or none sometimes. And that is how you know the game is about to finish. So you can be like, come on, come on, come on, is it gonna get there? And then when the game turns itself off with this bulb again, this all gets shut off, this gets pulled back here, this one gets locked, and all the items filter back into here, which causes all these lamps to get lit back up. I suppose I can unfreeze the game now. This entire game took me about 40 hours of work. Most of that was done like all in one stretch. I didn't sleep for a long time. You can obviously see the Redstone ingenuity in this game is something else. Very advanced stuff right here. So yeah, that is how I added gambling to Minecraft. I also did try code in like a little slot machine sort of thing. You put your diamond in here and it'll put 3 random shulker boxes of different colors in here, and I thought, hey, this is gonna be really cool. But you know what, because of how compact it is, you can't really detect when there's a win. Now theoretically I could do that if I was to, like, if I wanted all the red ones, if it lined up all red, if I wanted that to be the win, I could have each red shulker box filled with like a stack of something, and then that outputs our little redstone signal. Now, if I was to put this like here, I could use, when all of these are lined up, I could compare the signals, and if they're all correct, then I could use that to detect a win and then dispense, you know, diamonds. But unfortunately, there's not really enough space in this design. I will try it again in the future with a different design, but there's not enough space to do that in this design. So this is basically just a glorified shulker displayer. It even breaks the shulkers. That's one of my favorite features. It breaks them if you see it, and it'll put them back into the system via these hoppers. And I just love that. Well, you think I could like theoretically get a win? Get all 3 of the same? Oh, it's getting close as well. This is actually so addicting. This would be so cool if it worked. Oh, something has gone wrong. I don't think I linked up the system for these shulker boxes to be fed back upwards. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh well. That was still that. I would love to have this game properly made, and I will do it in the future. This would be a very interesting thing to make. Oh, that was addicting. But this is more so addicting in my opinion. The cool thing about this design is that there is sort of a way to rig it. Now what I mean by that is the person who builds it is able to know how often a win comes. So what I can tell you about this is that if this dispenses 1 diamond block every win, the owner actually does make more than 1 diamond block, because it's not completely random whenever it lands on one, as you can see, because it is a set amount of repeaters. It's not a randomizer. I know exactly how many turns it takes for this to win, and it's definitely worth it. For the builder, it is not worth it for a player to come and play this. Like if they win on their first go, and then they want to go and they want to play again and again until they win again, it's not worth it for them. The prize definitely outweighs whatever you're spending for this. So yeah, you guys make it. You want to scam your friends out of money, this is definitely the way. Actually no, it's not a scam, because they are making their money back. If they win before they've spent more than 9 diamonds, then you know what, they've made a profit. Realistically, you have not lost anything, because more people are just going to keep playing it. Yeah, that's my video. I've made gambling in Minecraft. I'm making more gambling in Minecraft soon enough, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all to death, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.